for anyone to think that success comes purely from yourself and your own efforts, that's where you're mistaken. I'm just speaking through experience. And just as there are those to whatever capacity that come into your life to help you, it's just as important for you to step into someone's life and help them. And we've been very fortunate as a firm, Hilton Elite Marketing Agency, to work with 6 different interns at 6 different periods of time. And I just wanted to put a couple of our emerging leaders on display that we've worked with in the past. And the majority of actually all the emerging leaders that we've worked with as a consulting firm, they have all reached out to us. Either their parents or they themselves reached out and said, hey, we want to work closely with your firm, learn and watch what you're doing. How do you build and manage relationships? How do you serve as an influencer, if you will? And we want to just tighten up our professionalism. And so the majority, all the men, all the people that have served as emerging leaders with our firm have been young African-American men between the ages of 18 and 24 years old. A lot of them, or the majority of them, at least 90% of them, were natural producers and entrepreneurs. So they saw, respectfully, someone of their same skin color producing at a more corporate level. And like myself, if I were in their position and I had the time, I would definitely want to connect and find out what can I do, what can I learn. And eventually a lot of these folks receive stipends as well. But like I said, they were all 18 to 24, African-American. And of the 6, 5 of them attended a college or university. And of the 5 that attended a college or university, 3 of them attended historically black colleges and universities. And I want to shout out Fisk University and Tennessee State University. And so the biggest thing I want to just show is I want to shout out my man Miles. At the time, Miles was a student at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, and it was summertime, and his dad, who's been a huge supporter, again, and friend and mentor in my life, was a professor for the Africana Studies Department at Tennessee State University, and he wanted to make sure his son had something productive to do for the summer. And just being the type of influence Miles' father was to me, I wanted to make sure that I kept Miles busy, and I was very fortunate when Miles was able to get hands-on experience in the recruiting field as we represented client express employment professionals. And you can see Miles there sitting next to my wife, connecting with the community resident to talk about the available jobs that the staffing company provided. And there were a lot more opportunities that Miles was a part of. We have pictures. And the point is putting these young emerging leaders in a position to see opportunities, to see that, hey, I can do this myself. And I am doing this. And we'll go on. So to the right of that picture, we got our man, Terry Blackburn. Terry, very, very sharp, and everybody's sharp, but just Terry, I definitely would see. Now, Miles he's a great emerging leader, and all of them produce, all of them engage the community. But Miles is very skilled in finance, very skilled in accounting. That's his thing. So we definitely will use him in that area. Terry Blackburn, he was someone that is very mature for his age, and is just a very great manager of systems, and can really be accountable to upper management as well as those that are working on his team. And he has the opportunity to run his own business and do all that if he wants, or be a top level executive. But ultimately, he just brought a very mature sense to his experience, is what I mean by that. It's kind of hard to explain, but if I had to look at Terry and work with him, he'd definitely be someone that would work on the executive team to assist with the overall vision of our firm or any firm, as he's able to produce and engage the community, but he's also someone that can help with the strategic vision and management of a company. And so he's with Senator, or former Senator, the Honorable Brenda Gilmore. And I want to shout out the Honorable Brenda Gilmore, because type of work that I do when it comes to community engagement, I deal with a lot of sensitive situations, and sometimes we cross paths, not in a negative way or anything, but because we're out in the community. And the senator has always, not only with me, but any young professional, emerging leader that I've ever seen or encountered with, always opened her door, always was respectful, always just being supportive and trying to point people in the right direction. And I know a lot of times she is, as a pillar of the greater North Nashville community, a lot of things fell on her shoulders or people looked to her, and she handled everything with grace. She's no longer an active elected official, but she's, obviously an elected official, former elected official, great family, sharp husband. And I could just tell that those two mesh well for her to really be who she was in the community. So shout out to former Senator Brenda Gilmore in the Nashville area, Terry Blackburn. And our last one here, we have John Brown. John Brown was an emerging leader, and he came to us as he was developing through life, and just his natural business development, but also strategic thinking and planning to take someone's information, break it down on a whiteboard or wherever you have it, to actually come up with a formalized strategic plan, and really next to no time, was just immaculate to me. And he's someone that's not afraid to speak to people, and his resilience and perseverance, no matter what personal challenges he was going through. And he still wanted to work with our firm through all the personal challenges he was going through, and found a way to make things work and stay positive, is just truly inspiring to me. And I want to shout out Kevin McKenzie. He is an educational professional, highly respected in the greater Nashville area, teacher in the social work area, personal development area, leadership development area, and just a great friend and mentor to me. And he, at this day, it was a back to school, first day of school for elementary school, and there was a red carpet going down. And so John Brown, if you notice, all the people here had on suits and ties or dressed in a business casual attire. And I'm so fortunate that these young emerging leaders, understood that when we're in the corporate game, that we want to make sure we conduct ourselves at the highest of standards. And so it's very great to see, a lot of folks coming from wherever they were, from their background of life, and still saying, this is the direction I want to go. This is how you conduct yourself in that manner. And they all moved and shook. And so one of the greatest things that I truly enjoy when it comes to running and developing and building a business, not only to make money, but it's also to serve as an example and to serve as a coach to those that are emerging, so they can have as much hands-on experience as possible, so that we can all realize that, hey, we can do this, and we can through life make our lives better by pursuing what we love in our career. So huge shout out to Miles, Terry, John, and I also want to shout out Derek Thomas, Benjamin Thomas as well, two other emerging leaders that we've worked with. We may have one. So it's five. Yeah, five emerging leaders over the course of 5 or 6 years, and they've just been outstanding individuals. I'll see you in the next newsletter.